Welcome to the Dr. Adoni Show. Fans of Dr. Adoni call him the great genius, a figure that Nostradamus wrote about. His theories in math and astrophysics are used by government agencies. His theory has proven Newton and Einstein are wrong. His prime algorithm is used by the NSA. His planetary distance formula is used by NASA to find new planets. His EOE theory is used by the USGS in earthquake prediction modeling. He founded two different think tanks, including Helix Q, the artificial intelligence think tank. Dr. Adoni is the founder of the cryptocurrency BizBytes. Dr. Adoni is also the founder of the One Media Network. One Media produces dozens of podcast shows for the iPodcast network.
This is Dr. Saul Adoni. Welcome to another segment of the Dr. Saul Adoni Show. You can find more segments at sauladoni.com and ipodcast.org. Sauladoni.com is SOLADONI.com.
This is Dr. Saul Adoni. My site is sauladoni.com. It's SOLADONI. I'm the author of Great Quakes. You can go to greatquakes.com. This is about my earthquake prediction method. And this is Asia, this is North America, and this is what I call the Triangle of Fire. So it's over the Pacific Ocean, and before me, some people said this area was the Ring of Fire or the Circle of Fire. Well, when you start tracking the locations of the largest quakes, 8.5 range the past 100 years, it's a little over 20 events, and they're all on these three lines. So they happen in South America, Central America, Indonesia, these islands over here, Asia, Japan, etc. So the biggest quakes are very precise. They strike on these three lines, and I tied them into what's known as the solstice lines. That means in the winter, the winter solstice, sun rises at this point, okay, and it sets in this point from the top of this location. So these are connected to solstice, risings of the suns, and settings of the sun, okay. Now, solstices are also tied to the distance that the Earth is to the sun. My work has said that, the solstices are the key to understanding these earthquake phenomena. And the recent quake in California hit on a solstice window. It was actually on July 4th, a couple weeks after the actual solstice, but it was on the exact day that the Earth is furthest from the sun. It was the aphelion, okay, which is when the Earth is actually starting to do a reverse turn to go back around the sun. So there's a lot of stress on the core of the Earth when it's at the furthest and closest points to the sun, creating like a slingshot effect, which creates the elliptic orbit that the Earth has. So it was dead on for the aphelion, which is the furthest the Earth is from the sun, on July 14th. Anyway, the triangleoffire.com is on greatquakes.com. So I used to have Triangle of Fire, but I let it go. The book is actually based on greatquakes.com. So greatquakes.com, right on the front page, has this information about the Triangle of Fire. Now, besides my name, Saul Adoni, I'm very famous for what are known as prophecies as Solog, S-O-L-L-O-G. You go to my main site, Solog, and solog.com. You go to the prophecies page, and you'll see in the prophecies page a bunch of prophecies I've written over the past 25 years. And one of them is about great quake lines, and another one's about solstice lines and about earthquakes. So when you look at these videos, they're very precise about this triangle of fire. Also, my music is released as Rex Luciferius, so when you go to Rex Luciferius, you'll see on my music video page, Prophecies videos, known for the Pentagram of Blood, 7 pentagrams, and also the Triangle of Fire and the California Earthquake song. So you watch these videos, and I discuss, even in my music, these solstice lines and the Triangle of Fire. Now here is the actual video by Rex Luciferius, my band's name. The song is called Triangle of Fire, Earthquake Prophecy. And you go right around to 1 minute and 9 seconds. And what the video shows is the map.
The triangle of fire.
About the Triangle of Fire.
Quake strike when I say.
So you can see in that video, Los Angeles, San Francisco, all the great quakes in history in the past 100 years. You know, the 2004 tsunami, the 2011 Fukushima event, great quake right when I was born down in South America, etc. So these 3 lines control all the significant earthquakes. In the past like 125 years, only 1 quake up in Nepal happened in that range. All the rest are on these 3 exact lines. So I'm the first guy to actually show where these historic biggest quakes hit. I'm also the guy that tied it into showing quake windows around the solstices because of the slingshot effect. It's also part of my EOE theory, which USGS uses in trying to forecast quakes now. This is my California song as Rex Luciferius. Song about California quakes and solstice lines and everything like that. So the lyrics actually mention solstice lines in California.
I say, can you say?
So there's 2 songs. You go back to the Salag prophecies and look at the 3 quake lines in the Salag prophecy from 4 years ago. And in the video it shows the map with this Los Angeles. So again, it's the same lines I'm discussing over and over in all my work. That these are not random events. These are very predictable events. And they're tied to quake windows around the solstices. That's why we have a lot of these events around the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, etc. 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after the solstice, when the Earth is at its closest point before it's about to slingshot, and that plays with the core of the Earth, and that creates volcanoes and earthquakes and everything else. So all these events, people, are tied to EOE theory, the elliptical orbit effect on the Earth. All right, so these are all my theories, people. And in trying to help humanity show where these earthquakes and that are happening, I'm tying them into solstice lines, which is a timing event. So the big quakes are often in these very precise windows when they're most likely to happen, which is connected to, where the Earth is relative to the Sun, when it's about to reverse direction. Okay, so that's what causes the core to become hyperactive, and the result is more magma and volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. So it's all tied to our elliptical orbit. And my big theory is that, elliptical orbits are all over the universe, and that's why this heat from active core, basically any moon or planet that has some type of liquid, be it water or methane or other materials, that's where you're going to find life is very abundant, because when you have heat from a core mixing with liquid, that's basically creating the amino acids that are the building blocks of life. So life is abundant in the universe. That's my theory. So this bottom of the video, there'll be some links to sites and to these other videos. Just watch it, people, and see that, this is very precise. These 3 lines, this is where all the big quakes happen. So you hear Los Angeles, boom, that line runs right just a little east of Los Angeles, where this big quake hit the other day near Death Valley. Okay, goes right up into the Cascadia Fault. And then Cascadia Fault, when it has its big eruption, is going to trigger volcanoes and tsunamis and everything else. So this whole area around here is a death zone, and it's a highly populated area. And also along these coastal areas, there's a lot of nuclear reactors. So, you know, we need to start getting rid of nuclear reactors. They're just not wise to have nuclear reactors along these major quake lines. And, you know, Japan's all nuclear reactors now here. There's nuclear reactors all along these lines. So we need to turn off these nuclear reactors and get into solar and tidal and thermal energy, wind energy, etc. So there's a lot of green energy. You go to my site, grepa.org. There's a whole plan there for humanity to transition from dangerous energy like nuclear and fossil fuels, etc., and go into a clean, green, free energy movement. That's called grepa.org. Again, this was Dr. Solog, aka Dr. Saul Adoni, also known by my band's name, Rex Luciferius. And again, check the links below and start doing the research, and you'll see I'm the only guy giving exact locations for historic quakes, and the windows are connected to solstice events, and you know, that's when the Earth is going through the reverse orbits, so the core is very active due to the shifting position of the Earth going in a different direction around the sun. This was Dr. Saul Adoni. Have a great day.
To listen to more podcasts from Dr. Saul Adoni, you can visit sauladoni.com or ipodcast.org.